Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. How are you guys doing this great, beautiful Monday? Welcome to my live stream. Thank you for joining me today. It's yours, Oyoyo. So today, I was expecting, like I said yesterday on my previous live, I was expecting to see some solid information, Monday about the very dark man. But as it stands up till right now, nothing has been said about the very dark man by the Nigerian authorities. When I mean authorities, the enforcement authorities. Okay, no information has been put out there by any agency saying the whereabouts of the very dark man. And the very dark man soldiers, yes, the Rattles, they are on the streets as we speak right now, demanding the release of the very dark man. So welcome to my live stream. As you come in today, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share, and don't forget to contribute in the comment section as well. So right now, nothing has been said by the authorities, nothing. No agency has claimed that they have very dark man in their custody, nothing. And Nigerians are out the street demanding the release of the very dark man. All fingers are being pointed at the EFCC that they have him in custody. But I'm going to be reading some of the things I discovered, in my research about what is going on to the very dark man. So welcome to my live stream this morning. Join me as you come in. Don't forget to like the live stream. Don't forget to share as well and contribute in the comment section your opinion and what you think or what you know. All right. So Monday, a lot of people expected that by today, the very dark man would have either been released or, official statement would have been released saying that this particular agency has the very dark man in custody. And I was expecting to also see something about the very dark man, but unfortunately, nothing has been said. So information making round, they are beginning to say some of the reasons why very dark man has been detained, reasons why he was taken, and the people that took him in the first place. I'll be citing the bloggers where the information I got is coming from. And also, if you have more details, let me know. Like I said, Nigerians, the Rattles, are on the street demanding that they should release the very dark man. Okay? So, I'm starting off with Cutie Juice, a blogger, Cutie Juice. He said, it has been established that EFCC invited the very dark man 6 times to come to their office. That means they've sent him letter of invitation 6 times to come to their office, and he never did. The information also said one of the invitations were sent to his WhatsApp, some into his email. The one that was sent to the WhatsApp, the moment he received it and read it, he blocked the number sending the information. If this is true, I don't know, but the blogger is claiming to have, sources where his informations are coming from. So he also said that very dark man did not show up after 6 attempts. So EFCC be looking for a way to arrest him. However, it wasn't the EFCC that took very dark man. I said that what happened to him wasn't really an arrest. It's something you call abduction, okay? So it was, according to this blogger here, he said it was DSS that took very dark man. And when DSS took very dark man, EFCC now requested that they hand the very dark man over to them because he has questions to answer. I got a comment in my last video saying, yes, in the last YouTube video that very dark man made, he was even telling the EFCC to come and arrest him. He said he has an informant in the EFCC that was giving him information. He made so many, claims against EFCC. And I'm still going to say it categorically here. All the claims he must have said in that video does not warrant the way they took him. I'm still going to say it. If they feel he has a case to answer, they will do proper arrest and then take him to court. You don't whisk out someone because the person said he has information against you. You don't. What he said is not a treasonable offense. What he said is not something you're going to take him as if he's a criminal. No. So now that the blogger is saying it was DSS that took him, it might beginning to make a little sense because DSS, they operate differently. If you recall when Nnamdi Kanu, the Biafran leader that is still in detention up till now, that's the similar situation of what happened to him. They came, they covered him. He didn't know where they were taking him until they got to where they detained him. They felt Nnamdi was doing what? He committed a treasonable offense. That's what the government of the day at the time felt. And that was why they took Nnamdi Kanu the way they took him. Okay, now, that's the claim they made against Nnamdi Kanu. What claim are they making against the very dark man to have whisked him out the way they did? If they felt he had, contravened their law, their policy, their procedures, they would have done a proper arrest. EFCC would have gone, arrested the very dark man, but not to pull a sack on his head, whisk him out without saying, this is the person coming for you, or this is who we are. They just took him in the van and then boom, they left. So when I saw this write-up, they said Ed Very Dark Man has a lot of things to answer to the EFCC. And they also said he has a pending case which involves a woman and which involves money laundering. Yesterday in my live stream, I was trying to explain, the processes of the EFCC, or rather the law guiding EFCC, what they have to work on. It must be related to financial crime. I talked about it yesterday. I said EFCC is known for Economic Financial Crime Commission. It must be related to financial crime, either money laundering or things of that nature. That is what their own commission covers. So when I read this, the person did not give the name of the woman in question that, got into the money laundering thing with the very dark man. But what he said, I'm going to read. One of the main pending cases with the very dark man and EFCC involves a woman who is currently on for money laundering. And the security agencies have a tracker conversation between the very dark man and this woman. Everybody will be saying everything until we get to the bottom of this story. We'll be following it as it develops. Okay, tracker. That means something went wrong. What kind of money laundering are they talking about? I don't know. If you have an idea, leave it for me in the comment section. Let's interact. Then the blogger went on to say there are also some transactions gone wrong, a transaction done, one via tracking very dark man's phone. So because they were tracking the phone, is that why they were able to know where he was at the time he was at the bank? They were tracking his phone because of that. And they said, tracking the phone conversation, the security agency apparently have in their possession. So EFCC's own is solely to assist in the financial investigation. Now, it might begin to make sense if there is a case of money laundering, the reason why EFCC may have been inviting him or why they requested that they have custody of the very dark man. Then the question will be, why is DSS involved in the very dark man case? Why are they claiming, or rather alleging, by this blogger is alleging that it was the DSS that took very dark man? The blogger continues by saying, also, it was mentioned that there are some cases which very dark man has come online to tell the EFCC that he has proofs and charge them to invite or arrest him, and he submits those proofs to them. What kind of proof? Okay, very dark man said yes, that he has an informant inside of the EFCC office. He knows what he was talking, and this particular statement he made was when the case of e-money came up. He made a video, so you can find it on the very dark man page, either on Instagram or YouTube or even Facebook. So the blogger is a Cutie Juice. Cutie Juice continued to say, but anyways, the EFCC issue isn't the one that is so worrying here, but the DSS own. what is the relationship between the very dark man and DSS? Why is DSS looking for very dark man? He later did not say anything. He said, we confirmed what? Nothing. We confirmed from our sources that his phone conversation has been on the DSS track for some time now, and allegedly the DSS have confirmed evidence for reason to arrest very dark man. What kind of reason do they have to arrest very dark man? Or has the very dark man changed from what some of us know him for? We know him to be an advocate of those that, consumer kind of protection advocacy, whereby you buy something and the thing is not doing what it's supposed to do. They marketed the product. He will come out to call you out. You remember how it started with the Jenny Glow cream and all of that. From there, he moved on to start talking about if somebody is owing you, you must pay this person. So what is the case between the very dark man and DSS? If you have any idea, let me know what you think in the comment section, because like I said, I'll be following this case. And Q2Gist now finished his statement by saying, his very dark man is innocent. Of course, they will release him and all charges will be dropped. But whereby he's not innocent, of course, he will face the law. That is what is expected. I have no problem with if you're innocent or if you're not. The problem I have is the manner which they took him. Okay? The manner they took him is that of a criminal. And that is something nobody should take lightly. It's really wrong. If someone committed an offense, get to the person, knock at their door, find a way, arrest them and tell them we are coming from so office, we are the police, we are the EFCC, we are the law enforcement, state which of the agencies you're coming from, and carry out your proper arrest as situated by the law, as stated by the law. Not whereby you wish somebody out as if the people are, the kidnappers. That's how it looked. I will call it abduction because I don't know why he was taken the way he was taken. And now a lot of people are talking. Okay, a lot of people are talking. The streets are really hot today. A lot of rattles are on the street with placards demanding the release of the very dark man. Let me say it here categorically. If anybody commits an offense, of course, the law enforcement should do what they are required to do by the law. Carrying out proper arrest, charging the person to court, and prosecuting the case. That is what is expected. But do not wake somebody out as though that person is fighting against the country, or as though that person has committed heinous offense against the country. That's not what very dark man has done. Why am I saying a lot of people took to the street? Yes, a lot of people took to the street. They are demanding free very dark man from Idris Kadiri, Davido, Peter Obi, P Square, Paul Okoye, the P Square. Almost all of them are demanding the release of the very dark man. Even Isaac Fayoshe, all of them are demanding free dark man. And also there is a northern influencer also demanding free very dark man. Why are they all saying this? They are making reference to the case of Yaya Bello. Why is Yaya Bello sitting and resting in his air-conditioned car, air-conditioned home, sleeping at home, why they took very dark man? We know the story of Yaya Bello, the former governor of Kogi State, how EFCC could not arrest this man for months, running into years, before he finally came to the EFCC by himself, and they were even shaking hands with him. So that's why people are angry. Because before you say, why are the youth angry? Think about it. The government and the people in position are giving the youth reasons to be really, really angry. They could not arrest Yaya Bello for months. Even when finally Yaya Bello came there, they were shaking hands with him, giving him, will I say, an ovation, clapping, sounding ovation, as if maybe their Messiah came. This was a guy they charged with money laundering, with squandering government money, the state fund, And now they came and whisked Very Dark Man the manner which they did because of what? Because he's a civilian, or because he's what? Because he's a poor man walking the street. And again, more people are even very angry, saying that the Okowa, the former governor of Delta State, that the same EFCC charged with 1.4 billion mismanagement of the governors of the state of Delta State funds. He mismanaged it. I mean, when I say mismanaged, it's even very light. They said he squandered 1.4 billion, and Okowa is sleeping well in his home. You see the reasons why the youth are really angry. The next thing they will say, youth are irresponsible, youth are lazy, youth are this. But these people every waking morning are giving the youth reasons to be angry. If you look at it critically, Very Dark Man is actually the hope for most of those youths now carrying placards on the road, because the government is not listening to them. Neither is the president or their state governors or the House of Assembly representative, nor their senators. They are not listening to them. But when they reach out to Very Dark Man concerning a case, Very Dark Man will listen. Recently, Very Dark Man went to, was it Ghana or Togo, to bring Nigerian young children. I won't call them, they are not adults, young kids that were trafficked to go and do only God Olosho job in Togo, in Ghana, and all of that. The Very Dark Man facilitated their return, even went into confrontation with Abike Dabri. We all saw that playing out. So when you see this youth today in Nigeria carrying placards, just know that they are really feeling that hot, because the person that could listen to them is the person they're trying to suppress, trying to intimidate, trying to treat in a way that is not necessary. Whatever the offense is, the way they took the Very Dark Man cannot even be described. Now, when they are making reference to all these big politicians that squander their state money, EFCC said they are working on financial economic crime, right? Why are these people still sleeping in their air-conditioned homes? That's why the youths are angry. The only person that speaks for them, they don't know his whereabouts since Friday. No enforcement agency is saying where he could be, or what has happened to him, or reason why they took him. All these things you're seeing are, people are just speculating things. Even the Kitty Jews that I read to you guys, saying that information reaching them, of course, he can't reveal his source of information. But until we hear from the Very Dark Man, we'll know exactly what he was charged for. Until we hear from his lawyers. Right now, we don't know exactly what the Very Dark Man was charged for, but we are waiting. Today is Monday. They're supposed to have at least said, okay, this is the reason, this is at least. Today is Monday. All right. What is just coming in right now is that the senior advocate of Nigeria, Fani Falone, said he has yet to condemn the arrest of Very Dark Man. Interesting time. He hasn't said anything. So they're trying to make this a sentimental case. They shouldn't. Why are they expecting Fani to say something about the Very Dark Man's arrest? After all, he had a court case against the Very Dark Man when related to files and when his name was mentioned in relation to Bobrisky. So I would say this is just a sentiment they're trying to draw here. The thing is that we don't know the extent of the reason why the Very Dark Man has been held, and we look forward to hearing that. But I will still say, no matter the situation, no matter the case, the way they took him, the way they whisked him out is very inhumane. They shouldn't have treated him that way. He's not a criminal. Whatever be the case, they should charge him to court and then prosecute the case. If he's guilty of the case, he will go in for it. If he's not guilty, they should let him free. Now, when I mean the youth are angry, of course they're angry. Every day you wake up, there is a story, the ugly story about Nigeria. People are no longer complaining of inability to feed their family 3 times because they don't eat 3 times, 3 square meals anymore. If they get 2, that's fine. If they happen to have 1, they are so, I don't know if I will use, if that word is the right word for me to use. They are so comfortable with their suffering. It's no longer a news to them. But now, the only voice they have, the only advocate they know, the only person that will stand and then fight for them, help them sort out their problems is gone. Whisk out since Friday. They want to know the whereabouts of the very dark man, and they're asking for the release of the very dark man. So nobody should take this thing for granted. Nobody should come and start saying, why are they taking the street? Yes, this is why they are taking the streets. They are carrying placard, doing a very civil protest, asking them to release the very dark man or put out a statement, the reason why they took the very dark man. That's what they are demanding. They want to know why you took our advocate, why you took the very dark man. What offense did he commit? They still want to know. And to be honest, this is the only group right now that is speaking up in Nigeria. That's the only group. Despite all the suffering, every other person is comfortable with that suffering. But this group is speaking out. They are asking, free the very dark man. Free the very dark man. Or at least tell us what he did. Let us know. Right now, nobody is saying anything. Nobody is saying anything. We were expecting to see, yeah, he's been taken to court. Today is Monday. But none. Nobody. They are claiming that what they have against him is so huge. Bring it out to his followers so that there will be calm in the streets. The streets are seeing young folks carrying placards, asking that you free the only person that can advocate for them, the only crusader that can speak out for them, that can fight for them, that can help them. Look at how he built what is it called? Boreholes in institutions in Jos. From his NGO funds, he was able to gather resources and build, and he said that is one school at a time. I know some people will not like the way he goes about talking. Yes, sometimes I have personal issues with that. There are so many ways to, to voice out your opinion without rudely insulting people. But that does not mean the way they took him is right. The way they took him is wrong. They took him as though he's a criminal. That as though he's at flight risk, that he can jump into a private jet the next second and disappear from Nigeria. He is not. He is not at flight risk. He is not. But when I saw that they've invited him 6 times and did not go, I was like, are you sure this is true? Are you sure this is real? 6 times, very dark man refused to appear. That sounds questionable. Knowing his character, that if you call on him, that he's going to appear. I said, well, until I hear from the right sources, then I can believe the story. But right now, that is what is put out there on the very dark man. So I was expecting to hear something this morning saying that this is the reason the very dark man was arrested. They are saying the EFCC is keeping him because of a case of a woman, and they've been tracking his phone. There are transactions done. They are tracking on his phone, and that's why they took him. That it wasn't EFCC that arrested the very dark man. It was DSS that took the very dark man on Friday, and EFCC has him in custody because of that money laundering related case. Now, the question is, what kind of money laundering related case? I don't know. We'll wait until we hear from the very dark man or hear from his lawyer. We are going to come here to analyze it. The point is this. I hope those stories are not true. Because you might start doing advocacy, and before you know it, you lose track of what you're doing. You lose focus of what you're doing when you're trying to help everybody and everybody. I said it yesterday. Somebody came to my live stream saying very dark man is the one that can save Nigeria. I said to the person, no, not possible. He cannot save Nigeria. I had a co-host yesterday who said that very dark man can only save a street, not even a state. And I agree with that. He can't save the whole nation, because when you try to save everybody, you end up putting yourself or jeopardizing the cause that you're fighting for. The very dark man, we all know how he got to this prominence that he is today. He was fighting what Americans would say consumer protection. That's what very dark man was. Kind of consumer protection. If you bought something from somebody and that thing did something that is not supposed to do, very dark man will pick up on that case. But from doing consumer acting or advocating for consumers, he went into other things, building boreholes for school, helping. So there is no way he will save the country. That's too much. He can't even save a state. He can't. It requires everybody to put hands together to bring the soul of Nigeria back to life, because that country is going. And anybody expecting very dark man to come and save Nigeria, you're wasting your time. That is not hope and faith. No. Your own part is needed. Your own position is needed. Everybody has something to contribute for the well-being of the country. Putting that only or solely on one person is too much to handle. So what I'm saying is that we are still waiting, and we are still believing that let it be a wrong arrest. Let it be it's not even arrest. Why am I calling it arrest? Let it be a wrong abduction, if I'll put it that way. We are hoping that everything will be wrong. We are hoping that very dark man will be right. We are hoping that all these allegations we are seeing will not be true. This issue of money laundering, was it set up? I don't know. Until then, we'll begin to see what we are waiting. If you have more information about what is going on right now, let me know in the comment section. And as you come to watch this video, do me well by liking the video, okay? Like the video, contribute in the comment section, and share your opinion. Okay, that's what you can do for me right now. As you come in, like the video, share this video, let others get to hear, because I'm so interested in knowing what the very dark man did. I want to know what he did that they took him the way they took him. I really, really want to know what the very dark man did. If you have any other information from anywhere, let me know as well what you think is going on with this case. But for the meantime, like this video for me. That's what you can do, and that's how you can support this broadcast. Like this video. Okay, I'm saying that the young folks, the rattles, they took to the street to demand the release of the very dark man. Yes, that's a fact. It's going around in Nigeria this Monday. That's what we saw. Do the youth have the right to demand that? Of course they do. Are they speaking with one voice? Yes, they are. And what do you think is the magic? Because they've seen how EFCC said that Yaya Bello embezzled XYZ amount, even in dollars, even in pounds. He paid the school fees of his children in British school in Abuja. Even those that are just entering a JS1, he has paid all their tuition till final year with state funds. We saw all of that playing out, and all the youths of Nigeria that are on the street right now demanding the release of very dark man, they saw those things in the news, on the internet, on newspapers. Every agency, news agency carried that story. But where is Yaya Bello now? Has he been charged to court? Has he been prosecuted? Is he facing jail time? None. Is he in detention? None. Where is Yaya Bello? Of course, lounging in his home. You see the reason why the youth are angry. You cannot go and pursue those that have taken the resources of the common man of their state. But you're pursuing someone because of what the person said on social media. I'm not saying if you're on social media, you should go and start lying against what you don't have facts to back on. But according to very dark man, everything he said, he has evidences to prove it. And he even told EFCC to invite him. So let us get this straight. And nobody should blame the youth on the street demanding the release. Because they've seen how corruptions are washed away once you join a certain political party. They will tell you that old sins are passed away, everything becomes new. He came from the voices of Ashimole. When the former PDP governor, former PDP presidential, vice presidential candidate, Okowa, defected to APC. That's how he was welcomed. All sins are passed away. Even the 1 point something billion charge brought by EFCC, did that one also pass away? Where is Okowa right now? Chilling in his home. Where is the very dark man? In detention. For what? We are yet to know the details why they took it. I was expecting them to charge him to court this morning. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Because if they had charged him to court, of course the youth will be around the court premises, not being on all the streets in Nigeria demanding justice. And why is this guy becoming very popular? Because of the high level corruption in Nigeria. Why is very dark man all over everybody's page, on everybody's lips? Because of the manner which the common man, the way the common man has lost hope in Nigeria. Not their state legislature that will help them, not the federal, the House of Assembly, the Senate, not executive, now not the judiciary. That's why they are on the streets, demanding you release the very dark man. Because that's the person, if they reach out to the very dark man, they know something will be done. Somebody reached out to him about the young children of Nigerians being trafficked to a neighboring country, Ghana, Togo, and all of that. Did he get result? Action was put in place. Even Air Peace said he was going to bring those children free of charge. It was because very dark man raised his voice. That is the reason why you see those people on the street carrying placards, asking for his release. The government did not do anything until the very dark man spoke. And why am I saying until the very dark man? That is a clear evidence. When you look at those young kids that traveled from Nigeria to another country, did they fly at night? No. Have they turned to witches to migrate to another place? No. They were stamped at the port of entry, port of exit and entry. When they were exiting Nigeria, they were stamped by a Nigerian agency, migration agency, and nobody asked questions. Whose child is this? Where is your parent? Where are you traveling to? When you see young folks not old enough to make a soul journey, and you're not asking the question, you see why the people are on the street, that when the government has failed them, they have somebody who they see as an advocate. The only thing I would tell them is continue to speak up, because once you stop speaking, that means there is no more hope. Those on the streets asking for release of the very dark man, speak up. Don't be discouraged. Very dark man will be released. He's going to come out. And we are going to know the exact truth behind his being taken. I wouldn't call that an arrest. I'm sorry. I wouldn't. We'll know the reason why he was taken. I hope people are watching, because right now in Nigeria, there is no opposition party anymore. There is nobody speaking anymore. Apart from, what's his name? Sarowe. I think I got the name right. And the very dark man, nobody is talking again. Everybody is what? I don't care kind of behavior. I don't care. Whatever they like, let them do. But very dark man is the one speaking and getting results for people. You might not like his approach. You might have a problem with that. But most of the things he put his hands to do, he gets results for people. And that's why the young folks of Nigeria are on the street. When I saw them carrying placards this morning, I was like, this is getting serious. Because if you look at it from north to south, east to west, people are talking about the very dark man, that he should be released. If they have any case against him, they should charge it to court. Somebody should at least own and say, yes, he is with us. We took him. Somebody should at least let one of the agencies say, yes, he is with us. Let them boldly say it. Let them say he is with us. Let them speak up. Let them speak up and say, yes, we have him. We have him. Let them speak up. To be honest with you, the silence is killing a lot of people. The silence is too much. Let them say something. Okay, it's about 1 p.m. or past 1 p.m. Nigerian time right now, and nothing has been said. Do you think they are going to say something tomorrow? Is that when they are going to talk? It's past 1 p.m. Nigeria time, and nobody has claimed that they have Very Dark Man in their custody. That is why the street is warming up. That is why people are on the street. At least if you have a case against someone, we were expecting by Monday, yeah, they will say, yeah, we've charged the Very Dark Man to court. We have him in our custody over the weekend and things like that. And XYZ is why we are charging him to court. But right now, people are just speculating. The blogger that claimed he knows somebody in the government, the one I read here, QTG, said yes, it's because it was related to financial transaction between one woman and the Very Dark Man. They've been tracking his phone since, and that's why they took him to custody. He was arrested by DSS. For what exactly did DSS arrest Very Dark Man? What did he do that DSS would take him? What did he do? I want to know what you're thinking in the comment section as you come across this video. And please do me a favor, click the like button to like this video. If you're watching from your phone, double tap your phone to click a like. That's how you like the video. Support the video. Let's get this movement going on. Let's get this topic going on, this conversation going on. We need to know what offenses the Very Dark Man committed. And we need to know what they are doing. And also, we want to know why the agencies, the authorities are not taking the right step of arrest in arresting someone. These are the questions we're asking. These are the things we really want to know. We want to know what is going on. We want to know the offense he committed. We want to know what is happening. We want to know if they have charged him to court, which is required by law. If you have someone in your custody, you have to charge the person to court within 24 hours. So from Friday, because it was done on a Friday, this is Monday. Okay, when are they going to charge him to court? That will be the question. For what offense? Is what the K2G is saying on social media, is that the right thing? Is that the reason why they got him? What kind of transaction are they making reference to? What kind of transaction? What? And I can see now information making rounds that they're beginning to arrest the Rattles as well, and they're taking them to detention. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Intimidation tactics is not looking good. But at the same time, when you're out there protesting, make sure you're doing a civil protest. Don't get into things that will make them get you, because that will be compounding the problem already. Make sure you do your something civilly. Don't get into other actions. They said the Rattle Princess Ojo of Lele cries out after being locked inside EFCC office in Abuja during the protest this morning. That is the way they are going. They want to silence everybody from talking. And this is an opportunity for you to go out and express yourself in a very civil way. Don't go there, doing what you're not supposed to do to the point that they are going to take you. Because the law firm of Very Dark Man, his lawyers are still trying to wrap their heads around on how to get a bail for him, on how to release him. So be careful when you're there. Do the right thing. Don't make matters worse. Remember, you have one reason, and one reason is to speak up so that they can release the Very Dark Man. Don't go doing something else that might lead them to taking you, which will compound the problem, because you might be there longer than expected until a lawyer comes out to bail you. So don't get into those kind of situation. Rather, you demand by speaking out and doing it civilly. Don't get into anything that will make them think you're constituting a terrible nuisance or you're destroying government properties or you're doing this. No, do not get into those. Do your peaceful protest, speak your mind, carry your placards, and when it's time for you guys to go, everybody will go back to their places. You can resume tomorrow as a matter of fact. Give me 1 second, guys. So, guys, I wanted us to come up this morning for an update of what is going on. And to be honest with you, we haven't heard any news or any updates saying, yeah, they are charging the very dark man to court, or rather they've charged him to court. We haven't seen that. We haven't heard from any source, no information that they have charged him to court, no information that this is the reason why they took him on Friday afternoon. We've not had any information to that effect, and we are still asking. If you have any information to that, please let us know in the comment section. The question is, release the very dark man. Release the very dark man. That is what the Rattles are speaking this morning, or this day rather, in Nigeria. They are demanding the release of the very dark man, and a lot of people are also joining the cause for them to release the very dark man. I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear what you think concerning this issue. What kind of offense do they have against the very dark man to have whisked him out the way they did on Friday afternoon in the front of the bank? So let me know what you think in the comment section as you come in. Let me know what you think. And I will say, let us also know that Nigeria is what it is right now. Very unfortunate that people cannot walk the streets freely. Very unfortunate that nothing seems to be working as you're going back to Nigeria. You are wondering, are they going to capture me? Am I going to disappear? Will anybody know where I am? I said yesterday, as you're leaving your home, make sure you tell people where you're going. Make sure somebody knows. So, guys, I really thank all of you for joining me today, but I still want to know what you think in the comment section. Let me know what you think. The way they took the very dark man, I seriously condemn it. That's not how to arrest people. That is not what the law says our arrest should be, because they've not labeled very dark man as a criminal, so they shouldn't have arrested him, or rather, they shouldn't have taken him the way they did. That is not the way it should be done, because we have to be seen to be doing the right thing. And when you see something that is not done rightly, you have to speak up against it. The way they took him is not the way they should have taken him. If they have a case, they will say, yes, we are from so office and we are here to arrest you for whatever it is they are claiming he did. The way they took him, I seriously condemn it. And I'm also saying they should do things proper, so that when you see the people, the men of underworld, you can be able to differentiate them from the law enforcement. They should not be acting as though they are from the underworld, the men of underworld. They should be able to say, yeah, this is the way EFCC does their own, the police, and what they did on Friday is by no means how it's supposed to be done, especially for someone that is not a criminal. It's very unfortunate that it happened. And I'm asking my audience, as you come in to watch this video, if you have more details about what is going on, let us know in the comment section what details you have. Let us know. Hint us up what is going on, because right now, I don't know. The only thing I know that is going on is that the young folks of Nigeria, the youths of Nigeria, the Rattles, are there out there protesting, demanding the release of the very dark man. So if you're coming in and you're meeting this video for the first time, let me know what you think. Do you think that what the Rattles are saying on the street is in line? Do you think they are doing the right thing? Because yes, protest is within the law for you to do. but you have to conduct it civilly. It is within the law. It is their right. You have your right to protest against something that the government is not doing right. You have your right to protest against corruption. So if they are protesting and demanding freedom, it is within the law. But when they now go start throwing stones on things, that's when it goes against the law. It shouldn't be a violent one. It should be a civil protest. Let them lend the voices. Let them continue to speak up, because you expect result. You expect to have result. If you stop talking, if you stop speaking up, if you stop advocating for the common man, that means the hope of the common man is gone. Right now, judiciary used to be the last hope of the common man. But you cannot categorically say that in Nigeria right now, that the judiciary is still the last hope for the common man. When I mean the common man, the poor man who has no political influence, who has no political party, who has no money, but the court will be the place they get justice. I don't see the judiciary in Nigeria as that place that justice will be served. Unfortunately, that is how I feel. We can differ on that, but that's exactly how I feel. And not just me, a lot of people are seeing that as well. I watched the interview of Dele Farotimi yesterday, and Dele said it categorically. The last hope of a common man is gone in Nigeria. That what they have right now is nothing. But is he going to make him to stop talking? No. He will continue to advocate. He will continue to speak his truth. And that's what life is all about. When you see something wrong, you speak up. When you see something going wrong, you speak up. Dele Farotimi said, despite the fact that the judiciary is gone, he will still speak the truth. He will still challenge the judiciary with the facts and figures, with evidences, and still hope they will do the right thing. And when they are not doing the right thing, that's when he will continue to say, just like he wrote in his book, that the judiciary is gone. Just like he wrote in the book of the criminalities, even in the judiciary system. That was how they whisked him. Just what they did to a very dark man. Similar situation. They came to his office in Lagos, whisked him out of his office, and took him all the way to Advocacy for no just reason. They did not tell him what he did. They just took him, and that was it. And do you think he's going to keep quiet? Oh, no. He said he's going to sue every one of them. Everyone, whether you're the one that wrote the petition for them to come and arrest him, whether you're the one that carried out the arrest physically, you came to his office, whether you're the one that transported him to Ekiti State, whether you're the lawyer, everybody he's going to take legal action against them. And that's what I expect from the very dark man. Even if they have a case against him, his lawyers should institute another case against the criminality involved in the manner which he was taken. Because you need to tell, this is the reason why I'm arresting you, and this is an arrest. But for them to cover his face like Kopi and the rest said, that is the level of the criminality. Why do they have to whisk him the way they did? And I want to hear your opinion. What do you think is going on in Nigeria? Is the Nigerian judiciary still the hope for the common man? Do you think that a very dark man will get justice at the end of the day? Because now we are talking about his arrest. If they didn't charge him today, they will charge him tomorrow. They will charge him a day after. Do you think he's going to get justice? That will be our next discussion in our next live stream, with the hope they are going to charge him the court. And by that time, we'll be able to have the fact they have for the detention. Because we need to know why he's being detained. We need to know why. So as you come in, leave me a comment in the comment section when you watch this video. Like this live stream for me. Click the like button, and that's how you support me, okay? And share the video as well, because we need these voices to be heard. We need to know what is going on. We need to be able to say, yeah, this is the fact. This is the fact. And as you're talking about the very dark man, please look for fact only. Don't just go on those sentimental stories. Look for fact only to back up whatever you're saying. Look for fact at all times. Fact only, fact-based stories. What, and the question should be right. What are his offenses? What did he do? Why was he abducted? Because it wasn't an arrest. What did he do? And in terms of GT, I'm yet to get to GT. If I have time this evening, I'll be doing a video about the GT and the consequences of that thing that happened on Friday regarding to the arrest of Very Dark Man, the impact is going to have in their brand, and also what it could lead to their business. Okay, so let me know as you come in to watch this video. Let me know what you think about what is going on right now. I'm still going through my research materials to see if anything has popped up regarding the release of the Very Dark Man. Nothing right now has popped up. Nothing. There is no story that has popped up about the Very Dark Man. They've not released him. They've not made any statement. They've not said anything. Nothing right now. People are still saying, release the Very Dark Man. Nothing has made. Even people took it to church praying. Wow, Nigerians are very serious with this God, with this church of a thing. Nothing right now is out there. The Very Dark Man has not been released. There is no statement saying this is the reason why they took him. Until we hear from that, people are demanding. You see, the young people are demanding. Even people saying, carry Yaya Bello, release the Very Dark Man. That's what they are speaking today at the gate of the EFCC, telling them Yaya Bello is still out there enjoying the comfort of his home. Likewise, Okowa, why are you detaining the Very Dark Man? The youth of Nigeria, the youth of Nigeria, they are speaking with one voice. They want the Very Dark Man to be released. And I want to hear what you think in the comment section. I do appreciate all of you for joining me this beautiful morning, afternoon in Nigeria. And let me know what you think when you come to watch this video. I'm asking the authority to bring out the information, the reason why they took the Very Dark Man, the offenses he committed. I'm interested in knowing the reason why they whisked him out the way they did, because that's not how to do a proper legal arrest. Let the agencies, let the authorities do things proper. So that the citizens can be able to differentiate when the men of the underworld are the ones doing the kidnapping. Let them differentiate, because the act we saw on Friday looks similar to what people do, and they'll come back and start asking for ransom. If it's the authorities that took him, they should be able to conduct and carry out a legal arrest and not whisk somebody out as though the person is a criminal. That will be my final word this morning. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're yet to like this video, click the like button and support what we do here. I will see you guys later today if I have the time. If not, it will be tomorrow morning. Thank you guys for joining me again on beautiful Monday morning, and let your week be blessed. Speak up while you're still alive. Demand for justice, demand for the rule of law, demand to fight against corruption. That is the only way to save the soul of Nigeria. Until I see you guys in my next one, bye everyone. Thank you for watching today. Bye.